JLo's love may not cost a thing, but being married to her has a lot of rules.
Jennifer Lopez has some very strict rules for Ben Affleck to follow, and these rules allegedly are supposed to make their relationship work better. The first rule is Ben needs to get along with Marc Anthony.
One of the more encouraging rules, friends with Marc Anthony.
We all know Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, they've had their fair share of celebrity relationships, but according to this rule, well, Ben needs to get along with J-Lo's ex-husband, Marc Anthony. And this is all because he is the father of their twins, right? So it's said that they have a pretty close relationship, even though they got divorced back in 2014. Another rule is that whenever she goes to the gym, well, Ben's gotta pack up his gym bag and go along with her.
Well, at first, no, I just loved it.
Of course, gym dates are pretty common now among couples, and J-Lo's workout routine though, yeah, this one is pretty intense because she's J-Lo. Like, she has to weight train and strength train for hours on end, and she apparently refuses to do this alone. So every time she goes to the gym, Ben needs to accompany her the entire time and also maintain his own fitness.
Lopez reportedly put Affleck on a strict diet and workout regimen since the two started dating again.
There's also this strange rule about tipping. Okay, so there was a former employee of a casino that shared about how Jennifer Lopez was very stingy with Ben's money, saying, and I quote, "Lopez tells Affleck not to tip. He doesn't tip anymore, baby. You don't need to tell him nothing. He ain't doing it." There have also been some other allegations that say that she would take away big tips from service workers if Ben actually gave them a tip. Maybe Ben is too generous of a tipper. Who knows? But hey, he's got millions of dollars.
It was very much like great and joyful and wonderful.
J-Lo also requires Ben to keep the house spotless. Of course, they have millions of dollars. They can afford all the housekeepers, the maids, yard workers, you name it. But J-Lo supposedly has some pretty strict rules for Ben, and he needs to follow them 100%. Like, he can't leave a dish out without washing it up. She wants to keep the house 100% clean. Yeah, I could just see her right now kind of just micromanaging. Oh, that cup, rinse out that cup, wash that plate. This next rule kind of makes sense. No female flight attendants allowed. So let me explain this one. According to Fox News, J-Lo, she still does not allow female flight attendants on her private planes after her then husband, Marc Anthony, allegedly cheated on her with one. So, I mean, there could still be some scars there. I don't see anything wrong with this rule at all. She's just trying to make sure that Ben doesn't have any wandering eyes looking at the flight attendants. Makes sense. The rules continue. Ben is in charge of buying the homes as well as in charge of moving. According to the Spanish tabloid Marca, in order to keep J-Lo happy, Ben needs to be in control of all of their relocation affairs, such as moving or buying a house. House hunting is definitely hard enough, but not being able to divide it up amongst each other, yeah, that's gonna be even harder. But yeah, that's Ben's job, and this is all to keep J-Lo happy. Another rule that J-Lo makes Ben follow is that he needs to be 100% open and honest about his recovery from drinking too much. She reportedly checks in with him frequently just to make sure that he's not going back to those old habits. Having no more kids is another strict rule, and there's no wiggle room with this one. J-Lo is done with having children. She's not planning to have any more, and she needed to make sure that Ben 100% understood this. No more children. Now, this next rule is kind of complementary to another past rule talking about Ben and drinking. Well, she has long been accused of being very strict when it comes to how many drinks that they have when they go out. And this is not just with Ben, by the way. This is with all the previous men that she's dated. However, in this case, because of Ben's drinking habits, well, this one does make sense that she's pretty strict when they go out. out, and they cap it off at just 3 beverages. Now, this next rule has to do with the bedroom. According to reports, J-Lo and Ben, they actually have this in their prenuptial agreements. It requires them to have a minimum of 4 intimate relations per week. And yeah, that was apparently her idea. All right, guys, there you have it. Just a look at some of the strict rules that J-Lo has for Ben. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments what you thought about these rules. Some of them made sense, others, what do you think? Apparently this is all in writing as well, and they're very strict rules. J-Lo is not budging when it comes to these, according to reports anyways. But yeah, I really want to know your thoughts about this. Thanks for hanging out with me here on FTD News, and I'll see you beautiful people real soon. Boom.